Welcome back to Idealist. You know, here at Ideal, we love Dodge, and the Hellcat, it owns a special place in our hearts. But picking up a Charger or Challenger SRT Hellcat, all kitted out, is gonna cost you as much as $100 grand in today's market. And yes, we all know the cheapest fast car you can pick up is whatever they'll let you drive off the lot at Hertz or Enterprise. But today, I've got 7 cars plus 1 honorable mention that can go toe-to-toe with the Hellcat come track day, all for like half the price. So, let's get started. Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. The Shelby GT500 harkens back to the golden age of Ford muscle performance. It's powered by a 5.4-liter supercharged V8, which generates 500 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. You'll blast from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds and hit that top speed of 155 miles per hour in no time in stock trim. But you'll need more than stock performance to compete with the Mopar madmen at SRT. With the right aftermarket magic, you can expect to gain upwards of 200 horsepower. And since you can pick up a Shelby GT500 for under $25K, you'll have plenty of money to spend on proper performance parts. Just be careful pulling out at meets. C6 Corvette Z06. The C6 Corvette Z06 is a track weapon right out of the box with its 7-liter V8 under the hood. It gives you 505 ponies to play with and 470 pound-feet of torque in its stock form. The Z06 sprints from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and can hit a top speed of 198 miles per hour, which puts you within striking distance of the Hellcat. And with an LS under the hood, you'll know you'll be making big aftermarket gains. Gains, baby! Add an upgraded intake and exhaust, a performance camshaft and clutch, and drop in a supercharger, and you will be rewarded with 1,000 horsepower itching away at the bottom of your right foot. And that's more than enough to barbecue any Hellcat. Just know you might have to pick up a pair of white New Balances to go along with your Corvette. Plus, the C6 is gorgeous. Just look at this beauty. I could stare all day. Pick up one today for less than $35K, which should leave you with more than plenty of extra cash to turn this thing into a supercar slayer. Camaro ZL1. The Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 is an exhilarating muscle car that offers an impressive blend of performance and style. A 2014 ZL1 is powered by a 6.2-liter supercharged V8, which produces a hefty 580 horsepower and 556 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, that's a lot less power than the Hellcat, but the ZL1 is also like 600 pounds lighter. That's like riding with 3 less Brads. And while, yes, in stock form, the Hellcat will win out at the quarter mile, as soon as you're doing anything other than going in a straight line, the Camaro ZL1 can't be beat. Because, unlike the Chrysler, the ZL1 is built to eat up corners with its magnetic ride control and track-tuned suspension. When Car and Driver pit the ZL1 1LE against the Challenger Hellcat at Virginia International Raceway, the ZL1 edged out the win with a 2:45.7 compared to the Hellcat's time of a 2:48.0. And when Motor Trend took these 2 American muscle titans to Willow Springs, the Camaro once again proved itself faster, completing the lap in a 1:25.4 compared to the Hellcat's 1:29.0. Pick up a Camaro ZL1 today for only about $34K. Now that's an ideal deal. Nissan GT-R. A 2010 Nissan GT-R is already quicker than the Hellcat by a tenth, with its twin-turbo V6 powering you from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Plus, with 485 ponies and all-wheel drive, the GT-R can do a whole lot more than just point-and-shoot drag racing. The 2010 GT-R took the Nürburgring in just a 7-minute 26.7, which absolutely crushes the Hellcat Charger's time of a 7-minute 50. The R35 GT-R has long been a go-to budget supercar, and for good reason. For just a little dough, you get a whole lot of go. And you can have an all-wheel drive Japanese supercar of your own for under $45K. Just watch out for those gearboxes. Ford Fox Body Mustang. The Fox Body Mustang, produced between 1979 and 1993, is revered for its tunability. It's lightweight, straightforward to wrench on, and there's more aftermarket parts than you'll know what to do with. But to take on a Hellcat, you'll probably need to swap out the engine. So let's take it to Mr. Science himself about what to swap in to make it beat a Dodge Beast.
To make a Fox Body Mustang faster than a Hellcat, your best bet is to drop in a Ford Coyote 5-liter V8. That'll get you to at least 400 horsepower. And to compete with the Hellcat's 707 ponies, you'll need to add forced induction. probably a supercharger. A turbo or two works as well, but they're a bit more complicated to install. Then, for the car to deal with all that additional power, you'll need a new transmission, drive shaft, and rear diff to put the power down. You'll also need to upgrade the suspension, slap on sway bars, completely reinforce the chassis, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you spend $6 grand on a Fox body, don't be surprised if you need to spend another $20K to make it competitive. But this still might be the cheapest way to beat a Hellcat, as long as you don't mind doing all the wrenching yourself. All that said, don't be surprised if your Fox body chassis twists itself in half off the line when you finally do line up against SRT's best. G-Money, why did we pick a Fox body? The SN95 is a way better car. It absolutely waxes this piece.
Okay, moving on. Honda Civic Type R. The 2023 Civic Type R just took the front-wheel drive production record at the Nürburgring, lapping the green hell in 7 minutes and 44 seconds, beating the Hellcat by 6 whole seconds. I'd expect the Type R to go toe-to-toe with the Hellcat at just about any racetrack that has more than 4 corners, with its 315 turbocharged ponies and ultra-nimble handling. And with an MSRP of just $44K and change, it might still be worth whatever extra market adjustment you'll have to pay to get your hands on one. And while you will take the top of the timing sheets at autocross weekends, just know that the Hellcat will still be taking you to Gapplebee's in a straight line, at least without some serious modifications. Honorable mention: V8 swapped Miata. You had to know there would be more than one LS on the list, but you probably didn't expect it would be in a little Japanese roadster. The LS swapped Miata makes for one of the best track weapons. It's like a featherweight boxer that can pack a heavyweight punch. Flying Miata V8 swapped an ND, and when Car and Driver took it through its paces in 2017, it was good for 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and the quarter mile came in just 11.7. And you better believe it still handles like a dream, because it's still a Miata, proving it really is always the answer, even when you need to beat a Hellcat.
No, it isn't, Garrett.
Dodge Demon. Looking for a guaranteed way to beat a Hellcat? Pick up its meaner, badder, bigger brother, the Dodge Demon. It's basically a Hellcat on steroids, not to mention the $1 factory option Demon crate that makes it drag strip ready. And Dodge is giving us an amazing send-off with the Last Call Demon 170. It's got over 1,000 horsepower from the factory, 945 pound-feet of torque, and it will launch you, literally launch you with a wheelie and everything from 0 to 60 in 1.66 seconds. How is this cheaper than a Hellcat, you ask? Well, it isn't. But that doesn't matter because, while yes, it's actually much more expensive than a Hellcat, the Dodge Demon will go down in history as one of the baddest, meanest, and craziest muscle cars ever. And there you have it. 8 cars that you can take toe-to-toe with a Hellcat. Now, you're all probably thinking my favorite's the Miata, but honestly, I want that C6 Corvette Z06 more than I want both my lungs. It's seriously my favorite generation of Corvette, and that 7-liter engine has incredible tuning potential. You let me know what your favorite is down in the comments. Now, for more on the Dodge Demon, check out Trav's video all about it right here, or watch whatever YouTube recommends over here. Otherwise, I'm Garrett, and whatever V8 swap Miata you're gapping Hellcats in, just remember to keep on living that ideal lifestyle.